Okay, this week's Parashas HaShavua is Parashas Vayigash. It's the meeting when Yosef meets his brothers, reveals his identity, encourages them to go back to their father. They go back to Yaakov Avinu. Everybody comes to Mitzrayim. And there's a need to set up what's going to be in Mitzrayim. There's a new location of Klal Yisrael, Mitzrayim. Everybody's left Eretz Yisrael. They're all in Mitzrayim. And they need a place. They need a setup. Yosef would like them to be somewhat separate from Mitzrayim as much as possible. He's looking for Goshen. It's been mentioned several times. There seems to be some tension, some concern. What's going to happen when Yosef introduces his brothers to Paro? What's Paro going to do? What's Paro going to ask for? There's tension here. Yosef's concerned. He says to them explicitly. If you look at the Torah inside, you could listen outside. We're in Bereshis, Perek Mem Vav, Pasuk Lamed Gimel, chapter 46, verse 33. V'haya ki yikra lechem Paro v'omer ma ma'asechem. Yosef's giving very explicit instructions to his brother. When Paro is going to call you and ask, what do you do? Pasuk Lamed Daled. V'amartem anshe mikne hayu. You are to say the following, instructs Yosef to his brothers. We are men of animals. We take care of animals. We're farmers that take care of animals. Anshe migdahayu avadecha, us, we, your slaves. They're calling themselves slaves of Paro. The correct understanding of every king is that the subjects of the king are slaves. And they say, we, minareinu vadata, our whole life, this is what we did, animals. Gam anachnu gam avoseinu, even our previous generations did this. Bavur teju beretz Goshen, in order that we should live in Eretz Goshen, because it's disgusting for Egypt, people who are roetzon, who shepherd, who are in charge of animals, sheep in particular. Unfortunately, discuss why it is. This pasuk seems to be very, very mundane, describing them as animal husbandry. And the question is, why does the Torah have to talk so detailed? Why does Yosef want to have this detail? Why is the Torah recorded, even if it was needed at the time? The Torah is recording it means there's a message of Darius. It's needed for us to learn it. Why do we have to know exactly what they say, exactly what words Yosef's instructing them to say to Paro? What is being taught to us here? So I'm taking the idea from the Maor Vashemesh towards the end of the parasha. V'nei kan hine gam kan yesh lirmos shomer lehem Yosef HaTzadik sheyomer leParo shem avodim lemelech ha'olam. They are meant to tell, they are meant not to tell, but to hint. They're meant to hint in their discussion with Paro. Paro is non-Jewish king. Paro seems to be very focused on Gashmias, on life in this world. They're to hint to him, the way they're speaking, that they, the Jewish people that are coming, are slaves to the king of the world. Shulokeim, gam anachnu gam oseinu anachnu avodim leLokeinu melech haolam. We are slaves, disciples of our God, who's king of the world. Bavur teju beretz Goshen. Therefore, anshe mikne hayu. The pasuk says, if you look inside the pasuk, Lamed Daled, it says v'amartem. Yosef says, you are to say anshe mikne hayu. These three words, anshe mikne hayu. Now, what does it mean, anshe mikne hayu? It means that we worked with animals. But if you look carefully at the words, the Rashi Tevis of these three words is Aleph Mem Hey. Aleph Mem Hey is a remez, is a hint to Elokeinu Melech HaOlam. It's a hint. V'amartem Elokeinu melech haolam hayu avdecha. That's the hint. There's a hint to Elokeinu melech haolam. This phrasing Elokeinu melech haolam should be familiar. Every bracha has this phrasing in it. Bracha to Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam. Every bracha is a requirement. The Gemara bracha says to have Shem u'malchus. It must say, every bracha, to be a blessing of Hashem, it must say that Hashem is the king of the world. It must say. So that's this phrase Elokeinu melech haolam. So that's the hint here in this pasuk. That the hint is anshe mikna hayu v'martem anshe mikna Elokeinu melech haolam avadecha. We are slaves of Elokeinu melech haolam. We're not slaves of you. We have a spiritual responsibility beyond our physical existence. Our spiritual responsibility is Elokeinu melech haolam. We have a relationship with God, with Hashem. Elokeinu melech haolam. He's the boss. He's the king. And when there's this focus, when there's this adding to the very profane statement of their livelihood and how they're making money, when it says anshe mikne hayu is a remez, is a hint to Elokeinu melech haolam, it's telling us that this is the message that the Shvatim, the Shiftei Kol, want to live by, and this is the message that they're hinting to Paro. They don't want to discuss it openly. They don't want to have religious discussion, though they do want to have this message conveyed. So on a hint level, on the remez level, this hint is given over. There's a need for spirituality. We are a spiritual people. We are subject to Elokeinu Melech Haolam. That's the one who's really guiding us, and that's what we're going to take with us when we move to Mitzrayim, when the Jewish people have this new temporary home in Egypt, and we set up shop. It's with Elokeinu Melech Haolam. It's with anywhere in the world. Hashem's in charge. God's in charge of us, Elokeinu Melech Haolam. And that's the idea in this pasuk. That's what they want to say. That's being hinted. Yosef telling them exactly what to say. Hint this to Paro. Get this message across. But on the hint level, not on the explicit level, but on the hint level, that there's a need to be spiritual, there's a need for self-identification of spirituality, there's a need to express it to others on some level, that I define myself as a spiritual person, and there's a need to live up to this, to have it be true. Anshe mikneh hayu avadecha min vadat. Our whole life, that's what we're about. We're spiritual people. Gam anachnu gam avoseinu for Darius. We're connected to the Avos, and we're trying to be spiritual people. It's a message here for Klal Yisrael. That's what the Maor Vashemesh is telling us. A message for Klal Yisrael to have in mind the Elokeinu Melech Haolam. Have in mind when you lead in the non-Jewish world, your existence as a person, that you are really a spiritual person, and your spiritual identity affects who you are, affects how you relate to them, and guides your actions. So that's the hint that they're saying to Paro here, Anshe Mikneh Hayu, which is Rashi Tevis, a hint to the idea, Elokeinu Melech Haolam. That's the one who really these people are serving on a spiritual, on a deeper level. They are subject to the king, yes, they're not rebelling against him, but it's in the context of a deeper spiritual connection, Elokeinu Melech Haolam. We'll continue with next time shir on next week's parasha.